The wrench slipped from his hand and clattered on the metal floor. He cursed it under his breath and bent down to pick it up. The gravity generator below Arena Platform 7 was acting up again. Third time this month. He wiped the sweat from his forehead and went back to work. Had been working at Nexus Prime Station for 8 months now. It was a good job. Quiet. Nobody bothered him. He fixed things, kept the massive arena running, and went home to his small quarters at the end of each shift. That was all he wanted. The arena above him was massive. Thousands of aliens came every week to watch fights. Warriors from across the galaxy competed here. They were the most popular. They were tall, with 4 arms and skin like blue metal. They won almost every match. The crowd loved them. Didn't care about the fights. He just wanted to do his work and be left alone. He was tightening the last bolt when he heard footsteps behind him. Heavy ones. He didn't turn around. Probably another maintenance worker. "You there, human?" The voice was sharp and cold, stopped working. He turned slowly. A stood behind him. She was tall, maybe 7 feet. Her 4 arms were crossed, 2 over her chest, 2 at her waist. She wore the red armor of a champion fighter. Her blue skin seemed to glow under the arena lights. "Yes," said he, kept his voice calm. "Bring me water now." She didn't ask, she commanded. Looked at her for a moment. "I'm not a servant, I'm maintenance." The eyes narrowed. "You are human, humans serve. Now get me water before I make you." Felt something cold settle in his chest, that old feeling. The one he'd tried to leave behind. He pushed it down. "The refreshment stations are that way." He pointed down the corridor. "Help yourself." The stepped closer. Her shadow fell over him. "Did you just refuse me?" "I'm working," picked up his wrench. "You can get your own water." This face twisted with anger. She grabbed his toolbox with one of her lower arms and threw it across the room. Tools scattered everywhere. "I am champion of Sector 9. I have killed warriors twice my size. And you, a human servant, dare speak to me this way?" Looked at his scattered tools. He said nothing. Other people were gathering now, aliens and humans both. They stopped to watch. "Pick up my bag." Kicked her equipment bag toward. "Carry it to my quarters, then clean my boots. That is what humans do. You serve, we fight." A human woman pushed through the crowd, recognized her. She worked station security. "That's enough," said. Her hand was on her weapon. "He's not a servant, leave him alone." Laughed. It was not a nice sound. A human defending a human, how sweet. "But this is not your concern, guard." "It is my concern," said. "This is my station. You can't treat workers like this." Turned her attention to, "Cannot. I do what I wish. Humans are weak. You exist to serve stronger species. This is the way of the galaxy." Bent down and started picking up his tools. His hands were steady. Inside, that cold feeling was getting stronger. "Look at him," said to the crowd. On his knees gathering his tools. "This is where humans belong, on the ground." His face went red with anger. "You're way out of line." His voice was quiet. "It's fine." "It's not fine," said. Stood up. He really looked at her. Old training came back. He saw how she stood, how she moved, where her balance was. "Is there a problem here?" Another alien arrived. This one was called the station commander. His name was Vex. He looked worried. "No problem," said. "Just teaching a human his place." Vex saw scattered tools. He saw the crowd. "Champion, perhaps." "Perhaps nothing." Cut him off. She stepped closer to. "I want this human to understand something. Humans are the weakest species in the galaxy. You work for us. You clean for us. You do as we say. That is your purpose." Met her eyes. He didn't look away. Something in his stare made pause, just for a second. Then she saw the badge on his belt, the military ID he forgot to remove. She grabbed it, looked at it. Her expression changed. "You were a soldier," she sounded surprised, then angry. "You let me think you were just a worker. You deceived me." I am just a worker, said. That was a long time ago. A soldier held up the badge. Human Defense Force, Special Operations, she laughed again. And now you fix pipes, how far you have fallen. She threw the badge on the ground. You want to be left alone, said. Fine, I challenge you tomorrow, in the arena. We will show everyone what human soldiers are worth. We will show them that even your warriors are nothing. The crowd went silent. I'm not interested, said. You accept or I hurt every human on the station, one by one, until you do. Grab's arm, that's a threat, I can arrest you. Shook her off easily, try. Vex stepped forward. Champion, please, this is not necessary. He accepts or humans suffer. Those are the terms. Stared at. What is it, soldier? Will you hide or will you fight? Was quiet for a long moment. He thought about the humans working on the station, the ones in the lower levels, the ones who couldn't defend themselves. That cold feeling in his chest spread through his whole body now. Fine, he said. Tomorrow I accept. Smiled, it was not a friendly smile. Good, I will enjoy breaking you. The whole galaxy will watch a human soldier fall. They will see that even your best are nothing compared to us. She turned and walked away. Her footsteps echoed in the corridor. The crowd began to scatter. Whispers followed them. News would spread fast. Grab's arm. Are you crazy? She'll kill you. Are trained from birth. 4 arms, enhanced strength, you can't win. Probably not, said. He picked up his toolbox. Then why did you accept? Looked at her, because she would have hurt people, you heard her. We could have found another way. There was no other way. Started walking back to his quarters. It's done now. Followed him. Listen to me, I've seen fighters. They're monsters in the ring. Please go to Commander Vex. Cancel this. Can't cancel a challenge once it's accepted. You know the rules. Then run, leave the station. Stopped walking, he turned to face her. I don't run. Something in his voice made stop arguing. She looked at him differently, like she was seeing him for the first time. What did you do? She asked quietly. In the war, what kind of soldier were you? Didn't answer, he just kept walking. Behind him, the arena lights flickered. Tomorrow, that arena would be filled with aliens, all of them wanting to watch a human lose. Went to his quarters. He sat on his bed. He looked at his hands, working hands now, calloused from tools, not weapons. But he remembered everything. Tomorrow was going to be interesting. 3. The news spread across the station like fire. By evening, every screen showed the same thing. The champion would fight a human maintenance worker. The betting odds appeared within an hour, 1,000 to 1 against. Sat in his quarters and ignored his message screen. It wouldn't stop beeping. He turned it off. He lay on his bed and stared at the ceiling. Memories came back, ones he tried to bury. The Frontier Wars, 5 years of hell. Humans against 3 alien species who thought Earth would be an easy target. They were wrong, but the cost was high. Had been special forces, the kind they didn't talk about, the kind who went behind enemy lines, the kind who did things so others wouldn't have to. He'd been good at it, too good. When the war ended, he couldn't stop. The training, the instincts, they stayed with him. Every room was a threat. Every person was a potential enemy. He couldn't sleep, couldn't rest. So he ran, left Earth, came to Nexus Prime, became someone else, someone who fixed things instead of breaking them. It had worked. For 8 months it had worked. Now had dragged it all back. A knock on his door broke his thoughts. Go away, said. It's... Sighed, he got up and opened the door. Stood there with another person, a human man, tall with scars on his face and hands. He wore a military jacket. This is Ryu, said. He says he knows you. Looked at the man, recognition hit him. Captain. Not Captain anymore, Ryu said. Just Ryu now. How did you find me? Same way I always found you, asked around. Ryu held up a large bag. Can I come in? Stepped aside. They entered, closed the door. I saw the news, Ryu said. He put the bag on the floor. Figured you might need this. What is it? Your old gear, pulled some strings, had it shipped here. Looked at the bag, he didn't touch it. I don't need it. The hell you don't, you're fighting a tomorrow, a champion, you need every advantage. I'll manage. Ryu laughed, it was a bitter sound. Still stubborn, some things don't change. He sat down. Here told me what happened, disrespected you, threatened innocent people, so now you're going to fight her. That's right. You know you might die. Yes. And you're okay with that. Was quiet for a moment. Better me than someone who can't defend themselves. Ryu nodded slowly. That's what you always said in the war before every mission. He looked at, did he tell you what he did during the war? No, said. Here was part of Ghost Unit, 15 soldiers. They did the impossible jobs, the ones command said couldn't be done. Ryu leaned forward. They destroyed an enemy supply base with just 3 people. They rescued hostages from a fortified compound. They turned the tide of the war more than once. Why does that matter? Asked. Because out of 15 soldiers in Ghost Unit is the only one left alive. Looked at, is that true? Didn't answer. They died doing their jobs, Ryu continued. Protecting people who couldn't protect themselves, just like's doing now. He stood up. Opened the bag. I told you. Open it. Knelt down. He unzipped the bag. Inside was his old combat suit. Black and gray, flexible armor plates. It looked simple, but it was military grade, designed for human special forces. I'm not wearing this, said. Why not? Because that's not who I am anymore. Maybe, but it's who you need to be tomorrow. Ryu picked up the suit. Thinks you're weak. She thinks humans are weak. She's going to fight you like you're nothing. Use that. Let her think she's already won. Took the suit. It felt familiar in his hands, like meeting an old friend he'd tried to forget. There's something else, Ryu said. He pulled out a small data chip. Combat footage, last 10 fights, study it, learn how she moves. Where did you get this? I have friends, watch it, find her weakness. Everyone has one. His message screen beeped. She checked it, her face went pale. You need to see this. She held up the screen. It showed in the arena. She was training, the video was live. Faced 3 combat robots, military grade. Each one was designed to match a professional fighter. She destroyed them in under a minute. Her 4 arms moved like lightning. She broke metal like it was paper. One robot tried to grab her. She ripped its arm off and beat the other 2 with it. The crowd watching cheered. Thousands of aliens, all betting on her, all believing in her. That's what you're facing, said quietly. Watch the screen. He saw how moved, how she fought. She was fast, strong, brutal. But he also saw something else. She's overconfident, said. What? Look at her stance. She doesn't guard. She doesn't need to. Nobody's ever hit her hard enough to make her worry. That's because she's too strong, said. Strength isn't everything. Turned off the screen. Speed isn't everything. If you think you're invincible, you make mistakes. Ryu smiled. There's the soldier I remember. Looked at him. I'm not that person anymore. You sure about that? The question hung in the air. A message alert sounded. This time on the main station channel, everyone's screen lit up. Commander Vex appeared. He looked tired. Attention all station personnel. Tomorrow's match between champion and has been officially registered. Per galactic combat law, I cannot cancel it. The match will take place at noon station time. He paused. I wish to state for the record that this is unnecessary, but the law is clear. Once a challenge is accepted, it must be honored. The message ended. 50,000 aliens are expected to watch, said. From all across the galaxy. This is going to be broadcast everywhere. Good, said. Good, how is that good? Because when I beat her, everyone will see. Stared at him, you really think you can win? I don't know, but I'm going to try. Ryu stood up. I'll be in the crowd tomorrow, front row, if things go bad. They won't. If they do, I'm getting you out of there. Law or no law. Nodded, thank you, both of you. And Ryu left, was alone again. He looked at the combat suit, then at the data chip. He plugged the chip into his screen. Fights played, he watched them all twice, 3 times. He saw patterns. The way she always led with her upper right arm, the way she put too much weight on her front leg, the way she celebrated before the fight was really over. Hours passed. Other humans contacted him, workers from the lower levels, people he'd never met. They sent messages of support. Some sent prayers, some just said they believed in him. Read every message. These were the people had threatened, the ones who couldn't fight back, the ones who just wanted to work and live their lives. He thought about his old unit, Ghost Unit. They died protecting people like this, died so others could live in peace. Maybe Ryu was right. Maybe you can't run from who you are. Opened the bag again. He put on the combat suit. It fit perfectly, like it had been waiting for him. He looked at himself in the mirror. The suit was black with armor plates over vital areas. It wasn't flashy. It was functional. He looked like a soldier again. Closed his eyes, he breathed slowly. In through the nose, out through the mouth. An old meditation technique. Calm the mind, focus the body. Tomorrow 50,000 aliens would watch. They would expect him to lose, to break, to prove that humans were weak. Tomorrow he would show them something different. He would show them what happens when you push a human too far. He would show them that humans don't survive because they're the strongest. They survive because they refuse to quit. Opened his eyes. The man in the mirror looked back, not a maintenance worker, not anymore. A warrior. One more day of peace, then everything would change. The arena was full. 50,000 aliens filled the seats. They came from every corner of the galaxy. Dozens of species didn't recognize, all here to watch a human lose. Stood in the preparation room. He wore his combat suit, black and gray, simple, functional. He stretched his arms, his legs. His old training came back naturally. The door opened, entered. How are you feeling? She asked. Ready. The betting odds are even worse now. 2,000 to 1. Some aliens are betting their entire fortunes that you'll lose in under a minute. Smiled slightly. They're going to lose a lot of money. You sound confident. I'm not confident, I'm prepared. There's a difference. Handed him a water bottle. The entire human section is here. Every human on the station. They're all cheering for you. How many? About 200. 200 humans versus 50,000 aliens. Like those numbers. Humans always did better when the odds were against them. Commander Vex tried one more time to cancel the match, said. Refused. She wants this to be public. She wants everyone to see. Good, so do I. A voice came over the speaker. Fighters to the arena, 5 minutes. Grab's hand. Be careful, please. I will. She left, was alone again. He walked to the door. Beyond it was the tunnel to the arena. He could hear the crowd. They were chanting's name. Walked forward. The tunnel was long and dark. At the end was light, bright and harsh. As he got closer, the noise got louder. He stepped into the arena. The sound hit him like a wave. 50,000 voices, screaming, cheering, booing. The alien sections were massive. They waved flags. They chanted for. The human section was small, just one corner, but they were loud. They chanted his name. They believed in him. Walked to the center of the arena. The floor was hard metal, good footing. On the other side emerged. The crowd exploded with noise. She wore red armor. All 4 arms were visible. Her blue skin seemed to glow. She raised her arms and the crowd roared louder. She walked toward. When she got close, she smiled. "Look at you," she said, "playing dress up. You think a suit makes you a warrior." Said nothing. "You could leave now," continued. "Admit you're weak. Admit humans serve stronger species. Then I'll let you live." "No." "Then you'll die. Everyone watching will see what human strength really means. Nothing." Commander Vex appeared on a floating platform above the arena. His voice boomed through speakers. "This match is registered under galactic combat law. Rules are simple. Fight until one cannot continue. Leaving the arena is surrender. Killing is allowed but discouraged." He looked at both fighters. "Do you both accept these terms?" "Yes," said. "Yes," said. "Then begin." Vex's platform rose quickly. The arena shield activated. A transparent barrier surrounded the fighting space and stood 30 feet apart. The crowd went silent, waiting. Flexed all 4 arms. She got into a fighting stance, 2 arms high, 2 arms low. "I'll make this quick," she said, "for your sake." She charged. Fast, incredibly fast. Didn't move until the last second. Then he stepped to the side, just barely. His fist whistled past his head. The crowd gasped. Spun, her lower arms lashed out. Ducked, moved back, put distance between them. Running already, laughed, she charged again. This time she came with all 4 arms, a combination attack, high and low, left and right, overwhelming force. Moved between the strikes. His training took over. He saw her movements before she made them, the weight shift, the shoulder turn, the tells. He blocked one strike with his forearm, deflected another with his palm, ducked under the third, stepped away from the fourth. Hit nothing but air. The crowd noise changed, confusion mixed with the cheering. "Stop running," shouted. She attacked again, faster, harder. Kept moving, not running, dancing. He'd learned this in the war. Against stronger enemies, you don't trade blows. You don't test strength against strength. You move, you tire them out, you wait for mistakes. Was getting angry. Good. Angry fighters make mistakes. She threw a heavy punch with her upper right arm. Didn't dodge this time. He moved toward it, caught her wrist, used her momentum, pulled her forward and swept her front leg. Stumbled just for a second, but that second was enough. Struck her in the side, right where her ribs would be, a quick, hard punch. Grunted, she backed away, surprise on her face. You hit me." "Yes." The crowd was roaring now, not cheering, confused noise. Touched her side, that actually hurt. She looked at differently now, not like a servant, like a threat. "I underestimated you," she said. "I won't make that mistake again." She came at him differently now, controlled, precise, using all 4 arms in coordinated attacks. This was harder, had to focus. Every movement mattered. One mistake and he'd be done. He blocked, dodged, deflected, but he was also watching, learning. He saw the pattern in her attacks. She always protected her left side, an old injury maybe. She favored her upper arms over her lower ones. 20 seconds had passed since the match started. Was breathing harder, not used to fights lasting this long, not used to someone who didn't just stand and take her hits. Was breathing controlled, steady. He'd trained for this, for fighting longer, stronger enemies. Endurance was a human advantage. Attacked again, a 4-arm combination, fast and brutal. Moved through it, but this time he didn't just defend, he struck back. He hit pressure points, places aliens didn't even know existed. Behind the knee, inside the elbow, the nerve cluster in the neck. Each hit was precise, calculated, not meant to hurt, meant to disrupt. His movements got slower, less coordinated. Her nervous system was confused. What did you do?" she gasped. "Pressure points," said. "Humans study anatomy, all anatomies, we know where to hit." Roared angry now. She threw wild punches. Saw the opening. Her death strike, pulled back all four arms. She was going to hit him with everything at once, a technique she'd used to end many fights. The crowd held its breath. Strug. All four arms coming forward at once. Moved. He stepped inside her reach, too close for her to hit him properly. He grabbed her upper right arm, her strongest arm, the one she relied on. Using her own momentum, he twisted, applied pressure to her elbow joint, pulled her down and forward. Balance broke. Swept her legs again. This time she fell. Hard. The arena floor shook. Before she could recover was on her. He locked her upper right arm, applied pressure to the joint, held it at an angle that caused pain without breaking. Yield, said quietly. Struggled, she tried to get up, but her nervous system was still disrupted from the pressure point hits. Her other arms moved weakly. Yield, said again. He added more pressure. Screamed, not from pain, from frustration, from disbelief. I don't, she struggled more. Twisted the joint a fraction more, not enough to break, but enough. Yield or I break it. The arena was completely silent. Everyone watched, 50,000 aliens, 200 humans. The champion on the ground, controlled by a human. His face showed so many emotions: anger, pain, shame, and something else, respect. I yield, she whispered. Let go immediately. He stood up, stepped back. The arena stayed silent for 3 more seconds. Then someone started counting. 30 seconds. The match lasted 30 seconds. The number spread through the crowd. 30 seconds. A human had beaten a champion in 30 seconds. The human section exploded with noise, cheering, crying, celebrating. The alien sections were quiet, shocked. They couldn't believe what they'd seen. Slowly got to her feet. She held her arm she looked at. How, she asked. You're strong, said, but you relied on strength too much. You never learned to fight someone who studies you, someone who thinks. I called you weak. I am weak. Compared to you physically, I'm nothing. Looked around the arena. But humans don't win with strength. We win with strategy, with adaptation, with refusal to give up. Was quiet for a long moment. Then she did something unexpected. She bowed. A warrior bowing to a human. I was wrong, she said loud enough for everyone to hear. I underestimated you. I underestimated all humans. I am sorry. Bowed back, apology accepted. Medical teams rushed into the arena. They went to first. She pushed them away. Check him first. I'm fine, said. But they checked him anyway. Not a single injury. Didn't land a single solid hit. The crowd was leaving now, confused, talking. The whole galaxy had just learned something new. Humans were not weak. Ran into the arena. She grabbed in a hug. You did it. You actually did it. Ryu was there too. He was smiling. I knew you would. Once a ghost, always a ghost. Looked up at the human section. They were still celebrating, crying, hugging each other. For the first time in a long time, felt something other than emptiness. He felt purpose. The match was over. But something bigger had just begun. The medical bay was crowded. Aliens and humans pushed against each other, trying to see inside. Security had to hold them back. Inside sat on an examination table. A doctor scanned her with medical equipment, stood nearby, waiting for his own check. 3 broken arms, the doctor said. Severe neural disruption in your central nervous system. Muscle strain across your entire body. He looked at his scanner again. How did this happen in 30 seconds? He happened. Looked at, her expression was complicated, not angry, something else. The doctor turned too. You did this with your bare hands. Yes. Remarkable, have enhanced bone density. Their bones are 3 times stronger than human bones, yet you broke 3 of her arms. I didn't break them, corrected. I used her own strength against her. She broke them herself. The doctor made a sound that might have been laughter. Clever, very clever. He finished scanning. You'll heal, but your fighting career might be over. The neural damage is extensive. His face showed no emotion. I understand. I'm sorry, said. Don't be. I asked for this fight. I threatened innocence. I called you weak. She flexed her one good arm. I learned something important today. What's that? That I was a fool. The door burst open. 5 more entered, all wearing military uniforms, all carrying weapons. Security tried to stop them, but pushed them aside like children. The lead was older than taller. Her armor showed many battle scars. Mother said quietly. Daughter, the older looked at, you are the human who defeated my child. Yes. I am war leader of the council. She stepped closer. 4 of her guards moved with her. You have humiliated my daughter. You have humiliated our species. You have made us look weak in front of the entire galaxy. The room went silent. His hand went to her weapon. Ryu moved closer to. Stared at, then she smiled. And I am grateful. Everyone stared. You are grateful? Asked. Yes, turned to her daughter. You were arrogant. You believed strength was everything. You forgot that war is not just about power. It is about strategy, intelligence, adaptation. She looked back at, this human reminded you of that. He gave you a valuable lesson. I don't understand, said. Our species has been dominant for too long. We have forgotten how to truly fight. We rely on our natural advantages. We stopped learning, stopped improving, walked around studying him. But humans, you are physically weak compared to us, yet you won the frontier wars against 3 alien species. How? We adapted, said. We learned, we refused to give up. Exactly. You took your weaknesses and turned them into strengths. You studied your enemies. You developed tactics specifically for them, nodded slowly. That is true warfare, not just strength, intelligence. She turned to her guards. Record this. Send it to the council. All warriors must see this fight. They must study it, learn from it. One of the guards spoke. But war leader, this human defeated one of our champions. And that is exactly why they must see it. We have grown complacent. We believe we are invincible. This human proved we are not. Looked at. You were defeated in 30 seconds, not because you were weak, but because you were arrogant. That is the lesson. Lowered her head. Yes, war leader. You will recover. You will train differently. You will study human combat techniques, and you will become stronger for it. Turned back to, you fought honorably. You could have killed my daughter. You did not. I'm not a killer, said. Not anymore. But you were. I can see it in your eyes and how you move. Studied him carefully. What were you before in the war? Special operations. Ah, your ghost unit. Yes, we heard of them. Even the feared your ghost soldiers. They appeared from nowhere, completed impossible missions, disappeared like smoke. She smiled again. And here stands one of them, fixing pipes on a space station. How strange fate is. I just want a quiet life. Perhaps, but the galaxy will not let you have it now. This fight has been broadcast everywhere. Every species has seen it. They are all asking the same question. What question? If one human can defeat a champion, what can humanity truly do? Felt something cold in his stomach. What do you mean? Gestured to one of her guards. The guard held up a data screen. It showed news from across the galaxy. Human stock rises on galactic markets. Governments reconsidering human status. Multiple species requesting human combat instructors. Earth's ambassador calls emergency meeting with Galactic Council. Your fight changed everything, said. For better or worse, humans are no longer seen as weak. They are now seen as dangerous. I just wanted to protect people on this station. And you did, but you also showed the galaxy that humans should not be underestimated. Put a hand on his shoulder, one of her 4 hands. The Council wishes to offer you a position. Train our warriors, teach them human tactics. You will be paid well, honored. No, said immediately. You refuse. I'm not a teacher. I'm not a warrior, not anymore. I just want to be left alone. Removed her hand. I understand, but the offer remains open. When you change your mind, contact us. I won't change my mind. We shall see. And her guards left. The room felt bigger without them. Stood up slowly. The doctor tried to stop her. She waved him away. I must go as well, she said too. Before I do, I want to say something. You don't have to. I do, bowed again, deeper this time. I was wrong about you, about all humans. I judged your species by appearance, by physical strength. I did not see what was truly important, your intelligence, your determination, your honor. She straightened. I came to this station believing I was superior. I leave knowing I was ignorant. Thank you for teaching me. She walked out, slowly, in pain but with dignity. Sat down. He was suddenly very tired. That was intense, said. Yeah. Ryu was looking at his data screen. It's worse than said. Every news network in the galaxy is covering this. Human defeats in record time. New warrior species emerges. Should humans be reclassified? He looked at. You're famous. Everyone knows your name now. Great. Not just your name, your service record too. Someone leaked it. The whole galaxy knows you were Ghost Unit. They know what you did in the war. Closed his eyes. Of course they do. His message screen was exploding. Thousands of messages, job offers, interview requests, threats from aliens who lost money betting on, support from humans across the galaxy. One message stood out. It was from Earth, from Ambassador. Mister, your actions today have given me leverage I haven't had in years. The Galactic Council is finally listening. They want to renegotiate humanity's status. I need you to come to the council chambers. Your presence will show them that humans are not to be dismissed. Please, for all of humanity, come. Read it 3 times. What does it say? Asked. Earth's ambassador wants me to attend a council meeting. Are you going? I don't know. A new person entered the medical bay. Commander Vex. He looked relieved to see alive. That was the most stressful 30 seconds of my life, Vex said. I thought I was about to watch someone die on my station. Sorry to worry you. Don't be, you just made history. Vex sat down beside. I need to tell you something. The betting agencies are in chaos. Thousands of aliens bet against you. They lost everything. Some are angry, very angry. Are they threatening people? Not yet, but I recommend you don't walk alone for a while. Ryu and have agreed to be your security detail. I don't need protection. You defeated a champion. You made powerful people look foolish. You definitely need protection. Wanted to argue, but Vex was probably right. There's something else, Vex continued. The human workers on this station, they're celebrating. For the first time in years, they feel proud. Other aliens are treating them differently, with respect. He smiled. You changed things here for the better. Maybe that made it worth it, maybe. 3 days passed. The news didn't slow down. More species contacted Earth. More job offers came too. More people wanted interviews. Ignored all of it. He went back to work, fixed the gravity generator, repaired some wiring, did his job. But things were different. Aliens who used to ignore him now nodded in respect. Humans stopped him to shake his hand, to thank him. On the 3rd day, Ambassador arrived at the station. She found in the maintenance tunnels. Ambassador said, Mister, she was a small woman with sharp eyes. I've been looking for you. I got your message. And you ignored it. I don't want to be part of politics. Too late, you already are. Held up a data screen. The Galactic Council is meeting in 1 week. They're going to vote on humanity's status, whether we remain classified as a labor species or if we get upgraded. What does that mean? Labor species have limited rights. We can't hold certain positions, can't own certain property, can't vote in council matters. If we're upgraded to warrior class, everything changes. Because I won one fight. Because you proved humans are more than the galaxy thought we were. You gave them doubt. Doubt we can use. I don't want to go to some council meeting. I'm not asking what you want. I'm telling you what humanity needs. Stepped closer. You fought to protect people on this station. Now I'm asking you to fight for all humans everywhere. Come to the council. Stand with me. Show them what humans can do. Was quiet. Please, said, for everyone who can't fight for themselves, be their warrior one more time. Thought about Ghost Unit, about his old friends. They'd fought for people who couldn't defend themselves. Maybe it was time to fight again. Okay, said, I'll go. Smiled, thank you. 1 week until the council meeting. 1 week to change humanity's future. The real battle was just beginning. The Galactic Council chambers were massive. 300 representatives from different species sat in curved rows. Each had their own section, their own flags, their own languages mixing into one loud noise. Stood at the back with Ryu. He wore simple clothes, black shirt, gray pants. His combat suit was back on the station. He didn't need it here. Ambassador was at the front. She wore formal Earth clothes. She looked small compared to the alien representatives around her. Nervous, whispered. No, said he was lying. The chamber doors closed. A massive alien walked to the center platform. His species was called the Ancients. They'd been traveling space for thousands of years before humans even had fire. Order, the Ancient said. His voice boomed through the chamber. This council meeting will now begin. Today we vote on human classification status. He looked at Ambassador from Earth. You have requested humanity be reclassified from labor species to warrior species. State your case. Stood, she walked to the speaking platform. Council members, for 30 years humans have been classified as labor species. This classification was given based on limited information, on assumptions, on first impressions. She activated a hologram. It showed human history, wars, struggles, survival. But humans are not what you think. We are survivors, adapters, fighters who refuse to quit even when all hope is gone. A representative stood up. One human defeating one does not change your entire species classification. You're right, said. One fight doesn't, but it shows something important. It shows you don't truly understand us. We understand enough. Humans are weak, physically inferior to most galactic species. Your strength is minimal. Your speed is average. Your natural defenses are non-existent. And yet we won the frontier wars. The chamber went quiet. 3 alien species attacked Earth, continued. All of them were stronger than us, faster than us, better equipped than us. The galaxy thought we would fall in weeks. We fought for 5 years, and we won. With luck, someone called out. No, with intelligence, with strategy, with something most of you have forgotten. The will to survive against impossible odds. Changed the hologram. It showed battle footage. Humans fighting aliens twice their size, winning through tactics, not strength. You see physical weakness. We see opportunities to learn, to adapt, to overcome. A reptilian alien stood. Fine words, but words don't change biology. Humans are fragile, this is fact. May I speak? His voice cut through the chamber. Everyone turned to look at him. Gestured for him to come forward, walked down the aisle. Aliens stared as he passed, some with respect, some with anger, many with curiosity. He reached the speaking platform. I'm the human who fought. He looked around the chamber. The ambassador is right. Humans are physically weak. I'm not as strong as not as fast as not as tough as he paused. But I beat in 30 seconds. Want to know how? The chamber was silent. I studied her, I watched her fights. I learned her patterns, I saw her weaknesses. When the fight started, I already knew how it would end. Walked to the edge of the platform. That's what humans do. We think, we plan, we adapt. You call us weak because we can't break steel with our bare hands, but we build machines that can break steel. You call us slow because we can't run as fast as other species, but we build vehicles that go faster. You see limitations. We see challenges to overcome. A voice called out, "But you are still inferior. One human with training might defeat one warrior, but against armies, against real war, you would fall." We didn't fall in the frontier wars. That was defensive war, on your own planet with home advantage. Smiled, "You're right, so let me tell you about offensive war, about what my unit did." He activated his own. It showed Ghost Unit, 15 soldiers. We went behind enemy lines. We destroyed supply bases deep in alien territory. We rescued hostages from fortified compounds. We turned the tide of battles with just a handful of people. We did the impossible because that's what humans do when you tell us something can't be done. The reptilian alien spoke again. "Your unit, you were the only survivor. That proves humans are weak. Your entire team died." "They died protecting others," said quietly. "They died doing what humans have always done, fighting for those who can't fight for themselves, sacrificing for the greater good. That's not weakness, that's strength." The ancient council leader spoke. "This is all very interesting, but we need more than words and stories. We need proof. Proof that humans deserve warrior classification." "What kind of proof?" asked. "Demonstrate human combat ability. Show us these tactics you speak of. Not one human against one warrior. Show us what humans can truly do." Looked at, he nodded. "Fine," said. "We'll demonstrate, but if we prove human combat ability, you must vote to reclassify humanity." Agreed. The council members talked among themselves. Finally, the ancient leader spoke. "Agreed, you will face a test. If you pass, we vote to reclassify. If you fail, you remain labor species for another decade." "What's the test?" "Combat simulation. 5 humans against 15 alien warriors. Various species, all trained fighters. If your humans can win or even just survive for 10 minutes, we will consider your request." Stepped forward, "I have conditions." "You make conditions." The ancient leader looked amused. "What are they?" "First, I choose the humans. Second, we use standard galactic weapons. No special equipment. Third, you let other species watch. Everything public." "Why public?" "Because when we win, everyone should see." The chamber erupted with noise. Aliens shouting, arguing, laughing at human arrogance. The ancient leader raised his hand for silence. "Agreed. You have 1 week to prepare. Choose your team. Train them. Then we will see if human confidence is justified or foolish." The meeting ended, and Ryu left the chamber. "Are you insane?" asked. 5 against 15, those odds are terrible." "Those odds are perfect," said. "Humans do better when we're outnumbered. It's when we're most dangerous." "Who are you going to choose?" Ryu asked. "You and 2 others. I know exactly who I need." Over the next week gathered his team. Besides Ryu, and he chose 2 more humans. A former pilot who survived 3 ship crashes, and Min, a doctor who served in combat zones during the war. They weren't warriors, but they were survivors, and that's what mattered. Trained them not in fighting, they already knew how to fight. He trained them to think like Ghost Unit, to work as one, to use weakness as strength. "Aliens will be stronger," told them. "Faster, better equipped, so we don't fight fair, we fight smart." "Explain," said. "We use their strengths against them. Strong opponents commit to attacks. Fast opponents overextend. We let them think they're winning. Then we strike when they're vulnerable." The day of the test came. The combat simulation arena was different from where fought. This one was huge. It had terrain, buildings, cover. It was designed to test real combat ability. 50,000 aliens filled the viewing areas. News crews from across the galaxy were broadcasting. The 5 humans entered the arena. They wore simple armor, carried standard energy weapons, nothing special. On the other side, 15 alien warriors entered. Reptilians, all species known for combat ability. The ancient leader's voice boomed. Rules are simple. Last team standing wins. Simulation ends if all members of one team are eliminated or if 10 minutes pass. Begin. The alien team charged immediately. Overwhelming force. They had numbers, they had strength. The human team scattered, split into 3 groups, used the terrain. Arrogant humans, one alien warrior said. They split their forces, basic mistake. But it wasn't a mistake. The aliens chased the separated groups. The groups led them into prepared positions. Then the real fight began. Group lured 3 into a narrow corridor. They couldn't use their numbers advantage, and Ryu took them out one by one. Group used high ground, picked off aliens from distance. When they got close and retreated, led them into Min's position, eliminated from 3 sides. The alien team's numbers dropped. 15 became 12, 12 became 9. They realized their mistake. They tried to regroup. Too late. The human teams coordinated, communicated, worked as one unit even though they were separated. They used tactics the aliens didn't expect. Ambushes, misdirection, feints. 6 minutes passed. 9 aliens became 6, 6 became 3. The remaining aliens tried to run, to survive the 10 minutes. The humans didn't let them. 8 minutes. 3 aliens became 0. The simulation ended. Silence in the viewing area, then chaos. The human team walked out of the arena, not a single one eliminated, some injuries, but all standing. 5 humans had defeated 15 trained alien warriors in 8 minutes. The council leader called for an emergency vote, right there, right then. All those in favor of reclassifying humans from labor species to warrior species. Hands went up slowly at first, then more, then most of the chamber. Motion passes. Effective immediately, humans are classified as warrior species. All rights and privileges apply. The human section exploded with celebration, was crying. Other humans in the chamber were cheering. Just nodded, it was done. Over the next months, things changed fast. Humans started getting jobs they couldn't before. Command positions, military roles, political offices. Other species that had been classified as servants started requesting human instructors. They wanted to learn human tactics. Was offered 1,000 jobs. He refused them all, but he accepted one thing. He founded the Adaptive Combat Institute, a place where any species could learn, not just fighting, strategy, tactics, survival, how to turn weakness into strength. Was his first student. She came to Nexus Prime 3 months after her loss. She'd recovered, mostly. Her career as a fighter was over, but she wanted to learn. "Teach me," she said to, "teach me how to think like a human." Others came too. Even species that used to look down on humans, they all wanted to learn. The institute grew, first 10 students, then 100, then 1,000. Taught them what he'd learned in the war, not how to be stronger, how to be smarter. Became head of security for the institute. Ryu taught tactics, taught strategy. Min taught survival medicine. 1 year after the fight with stood in his office. He looked out at the training grounds, dozens of species training together, learning from each other. Ambassador visited that day. "You changed the galaxy," she said. "I just wanted to protect some workers on a station. And now you're protecting everyone by teaching them to protect themselves." She smiled. Ghost Unit would be proud. Thought about his old friends, the ones who didn't make it home. Maybe they would be. A message came through from Earth, from the government. "Mister, on behalf of humanity, thank you. Your actions have given us a place in the galaxy we never thought possible. You showed them we are more than they believed. For that, we are grateful. Read it, then deleted it. He didn't do it for thanks. He did it because it was right. That evening walked through the training grounds. He watched students from different worlds working together, learning from each other, growing stronger. A student approached him, young, eager. "Instructor, I have a question." "Ask." "Humans are not the strongest, not the fastest. How did you become so successful in war?" Smiled, "Because we understand something most species forget." "What?" "Strength is not about how hard you hit. It's about refusing to stay down. Speed is not about how fast you move. It's about reaching the goal no matter how long it takes." He looked at all the students. "We win because we adapt, because we never give up, because when you tell us something is impossible, we see it as a challenge." The student nodded, understanding. Continued walking. The sun was setting on Nexus Prime. The station lights were coming on. He thought about that day when she called him a servant, when she thought humans were weak. She'd learned, the galaxy had learned. Humans weren't the strongest species, or the fastest, or the toughest. But they were survivors. And in a galaxy full of warriors, survivors were the most dangerous of all. Returned to his quarters that night. He looked at a photo on his wall, Ghost Unit, 15 soldiers, all smiling, all gone now except him. "We did it," he said to the photo. "We showed them what humans can do." Tomorrow he would train more students, teach more tactics, help more species understand that true strength comes from within. But tonight he rested. The human who started as a servant, who became a warrior, who became a teacher, who changed the galaxy by refusing to accept what others said was impossible. That was, and his story was just beginning.